Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today is another episode of our coaching series. It's been a while since Mike's been on the channel. People were like, where is he?
Yeah. She fired me.
You have a fan club on my page. Well. He is married, first of all, and second of all, this channel's about me. Wow. I'm just joking. Anyway, we really enjoy doing the coaching series because it's really just like a recorded conversation that we're having anyway, and you're just brought into it. But today we're going to talk about milestones that you can expect to see on Carnivore and kind of what each new season of Carnivore will open up for you. He's going to have a hard time recalling his beginning Carnivore life because
so long ago.
And I'm not gonna have a hard time because I'm in the beginning stages still of the whole process. If you have not watched any of our past series, Dad's been on Carnivore for like a year and a half now.
Yes. Yeah, you can see our journey at our channel at the Williams table. So it's been a while. It's hard to remember everything because you tend to forget how hard it is sometimes. Because trust me, even if you're struggling really bad, it passes.
Yeah.
And just don't give up. Whatever you do, don't give up. But I do know that we started off, me and Tanya started off with such a strong desire to get to like that first 30 days. And we saw so much progress in the first 30 days that it made the next 30 and into 90 days a lot easier.
Yeah.
So I do remember just feeling so much better so quickly. I also remember there being some frustrating times early on, a little bit with adaptation, which we'll talk about in a minute. And then also just I was such a sugar-aholic.
Yeah.
So incredibly addicted to sugar that the cravings were pretty fierce for probably a whole first 30 days.
I'm sure.
Something like that. But then they'll go away too.
Yeah.
If you quit feeding.
It really depends on how down bad you were. Like we were down bad. But yeah, so I was just doing the math on this. I was 90 days on May 1st.
Okay.
So it's been 21 days past that. So I'm on like day 110 right now.
You see how many days I am.
Okay, well.
So we have been on Carnivore for 484 days, which is 16 months, evidently.
If someone had told you were gonna go that long on Carnivore before you started it, would you have believed them?
Probably not, just because I have never stuck to any diet this long. I've done every diet out there, and
another video we filmed.
For the most part, it's always followed the same pattern. I would achieve some great success. Never really my full goal, but I would achieve great success, and then I would start to relax it a little bit and transition into a maintenance mode, which to me, spoiler alert, maintenance mode is code for I'm about to kill all my results. Within this amount of time on any other diet, not only have I usually stopped it, went into maintenance mode, went into full-on quit mode, went on to complete binge mode, I usually by this point in time would have already gained back every bit of the weight that I lost.
And started it all over again.
Yes, and then move on to the next one.
Yeah. For me personally, I think that's one of the reasons I'd fall off of a diet is I'd usually get to a point where I hadn't been there in a long time. I hadn't been at that weight in a long time. I was excited. I felt good. I felt confident. And crazy brain was like, I'm good here. I don't need to keep going. Yeah. I'm happy with where I'm at, because it's kind of shocking whenever you can fit in those clothes again or you feel confident again and you're kind of used to seeing this as your lowest,
Right.
I don't really remember what I look like smaller than this.
Right.
And so you're like, I'm happy with this. And then you quickly gain it all back.
Yeah.
In today's video, we're going to talk about what you can kind of expect, because one of the questions I get asked a lot is I'm still feeling X. Is that normal? Or I'm still struggling with this. Is that normal? And I think there's one of the biggest things is you can expect some normalities on Carnivore, but everyone's experience can definitely be unique because we're all entering this lifestyle with different backgrounds, different pre-existing conditions or health issues. And one of the things I think I see a lot is people come in with hesitation, understandably. Their hang up is usually they want to blame Carnivore for the 50+ years of eating poorly. They're like, what if Carnivore sends me over the edge into a heart attack? And it's well, it wasn't carnivore that did that to you for 50 years.
If you're gonna have a stroke or a heart attack because of clogged arteries, it's not because carnivore gave them to you. It's because you've clogged your arteries for the last 50 years.
Yeah, so that's always tricky. But we all come in with different things to the table, like on the front end. So just know that like what we're gonna share from our experience, this is a mixture of like what you should expect and our experience.
Yeah. Well, and the experience that we have of so many viewers commenting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So,
we have a lot of data.
Oh, because on our channel we've had thousands and thousands of comments, and I know you've had a lot as well.
Not as many though, because you have more subscribers.
Currently, but you're rapidly catching up with us.
I love my people.
That's right.
We're gonna call phase 1 the detox phase.
Ooh.
This phase,
good times.
I swear, this to me is where most people get caught on carnivore. I have countless comments. I was caught in this phase for about 3 months after I had already done carnivore. Wow. The detox phase is, to me, honestly, the hardest phase. What do you think?
Without a doubt. It depends on how high of a carb diet you had and sugar. If your body was fueled by carbs for, in my case, 40 years plus.
Since the dawn of time.
Yeah, since I was old enough to, feed myself. So I was very much carb adapted, but I would go through different phases of diets. And so when I started carnivore, I was doing OMAD before I started.
1 meal a day.
One meal a day.
If you haven't heard of that before.
So I was eating 1 meal a day, and it was very carb heavy, but eating only 1 meal a day meant my body had already adapted somewhat. So I can remember the first time I ever did keto, I had the keto flu, which is the same thing you'll have if you're coming in, cold on carnivore. You'll have the carnivore flu. It might even be a little bit more extreme, because what's happening to your body is it's going from being carb adapted to being fat adapted, and that's just blowing your body's mind. It don't know what's going on. It does not like it, and you're gonna feel lousy, and also you're gonna be detoxing from so many things because
you'll be in withdrawal.
You will be in withdrawal. I have people comment about people they knew on carnivore smelling bad, and I think that has to do again with you detoxing and toxins literally coming out in your skin, in your sweat and all that, because you are eating so many processed foods, so much just unnatural, chemical laden, artificial crap. That your body has gotten used to, that when you go carnivore, which is eliminating everything except for very natural whole food, meat-based food, your body's gonna start getting rid of all of that.
Just because you don't feel the negative side effects necessarily doesn't mean they're not happening.
Right.
Your body has undergone some pretty severe symptoms that have been dulled because you've been eating them for so long.
Right.
And now I promise you, on day 115 or whatever, if I go and eat a candy bar, I'm gonna have to call out of work the next day. Like, I will feel awful. But you go living with that every day and you don't realize, because it's just part of your diet, which is crazy. Okay, so one of the ways that you can improve like this time of suffering is your electrolyte balance, making sure that you're very hydrated. You're introducing a really high amount of sodium into your diet.
Actually, you need to introduce, because all the processed and packaged food that you're currently consuming is extremely high in sodium. Meats and stuff, steak and eggs and all that, has none in it, pretty much, has very little.
One of the other things, I think, another thing you'll see during this time is probably a pretty stark weight loss in that first week if you make it to day 7 and beyond. Some people have, I think I lost 10 pounds the first time I ever did carnivore in 2024, and a lot of people love to be like, that's water weight. It's not. Yeah, it is, but that's not anything to snub. That's inflammation leaving your body. I don't see what the problem is.
Bloating and
that's
things.
good. It doesn't matter.
You're gonna feel lighter, even if you don't see it right off the bat, because that's that bloating, that inflammation, that excess water that you're carrying.
Between the water weight and the diarrhea, you're gonna be so skinny. So that's kind of what you can expect for the detox phase. That's the first week. And again, we always say the first week's the hardest. If you can get past the first week, the rest of it is really just a mental game.
It gets easier and easier every week.
It's like people really that first day are like, I can't do this forever. It's like, baby, you can't even do day one. Why are you worried about forever? Focus on today. You're doing carnivore today. The second phase, this is whenever your body is starting to adapt. This is like the first 30 days on the other side of week 1.
Yeah.
So I think like in the first month, you are still getting used to being on carnivore, obviously, but it's getting easier, or hopefully for you, it's getting easier. A way to know for sure it could get easier is if you're making sure you're getting enough fat, getting enough electrolytes, hydration. And this time, I think I saw the most transformation that first month, like in terms of weight loss. The first month I did carnivore, I think I lost like 25 pounds. Some people lose that in a year. Like I was laughing at an ad I saw the other day about a weight loss shot, and it was like, lose up to 25 pounds in a year. And I was like, I'm not patient enough for that. But you will see like pretty significant transformation that first month, and it's usually what keeps a lot of people on it. And you'll see a lot of comments, I only plan to do this for 30 days. And here they are 6 months in, and it's their lifestyle now. But it's okay if in that first month you don't feel like it's your lifestyle, nor do you want it to be. It is okay. I was there, I'm still there sometimes, but at the end of the day, I'm sticking with it and it's working. And so if that's all I need to like focus on to get me through it, that's enough. There's no right or wrong reason for being on carnivore.
Yeah, success is definitely the best motivator. So just keep that in the forefront of your mind.
Yeah, I think this month is whenever you also start to realize like your cravings have gone, your mental clarity has really started to go up. And if you're someone who like deals with a very hormonal or like up and down emotional existence, like if that's just your norm, I think I've seen so many people say that it really levels out. And I mean your mental clarity and everything just skyrockets.
Yeah, we had so many comments where people talk about depression, like people that have just very deep, horrible depression, that they feel like they're just in this dark place, and that starts to lift. And it's just amazing. It's so amazing the way our bodies are created to heal itself. If we cut ourselves and don't mess with, don't keep scratching the wound, it's gonna heal. And our bodies are that way, that if we stop feeding it all this bad stuff, it's going to heal. God made it that way, and it's going to be amazing. And we just prevent it from being in a good state by all the bad things that we put in our bodies. And so, it's just amazing how well you'll start to feel, and you'll notice things that you didn't even know. And that's why I like to write a bunch of stuff down in the beginning, like write down all the things that you hope to see, like write down the big ones, like, man, I definitely want to lose weight, I definitely want to get my blood pressure right, whatever the big ones are. And then put some other ones, just kind of like, well, it would be nice if my skin cleared up, it would be nice if this happened, or anything you've ever heard is even possible. Write it down. You might be surprised. The longer you stay on it, you'll start to see some of the other things happen as well. The
first time I ever did carnivore, in my first 30 days, I had a cyst that was recurring. Like it would drain and like, I mean, this is nasty. Like, but it's gross, but like I'm sharing it because this is just the ugly side of being overweight. Like the things that your body's not healthy. So like I had a cyst, a recurring one for about a year. It was like definitely one of those where they would have to probably have like surgically like done something for it to go away. And in the first 30 days of carnivore, I don't even know if I'd been on it for a full 2 weeks. It went away, drained on its own, never came back. Like to this day has never come back.
That's great.
That was a miracle to me, first of all, because I was like, I'm probably gonna have to like get this surgically removed. But second of all, it just goes to show like whenever your body like you're saying, starts to heal itself, when you're removing those factors that agitate all of your inflammation, all like just sending your system like haywire, you're getting rid of it. So why would it not function better?
I think that basically after that first week, everything should start improving. You might not be seeing all the results that you're going to see. You might still have some things that aren't there yet, but everything should be on the uptick. If you are a true carnivore, this is also where I think a lot of people realize they're not really on carnivore, because they got so many people that say they'll show a picture if you're on social media on these carnivore channels, and you'll see people with their asparagus and with their guacamole or whatever, and it's like, that's not carnivore. During these first 90 days, I would say try to be as strict carnivore as you can possibly be.
Yeah.
Eliminate as much as you possibly can, because then you will truly know if you add something back, what it really has, what kind of effect it has on you.
I would really strongly encourage you, if you've never done carnivore before, that in that first month be the most strict on yourself, because that first month sets the tone for your experience the whole time. If you make allowances in your first 30 days, what makes you think that day 31 you're gonna suddenly like tighten up? You know, give it a true shot. Like, be as strict as possible. Do not eat seasoning. Do not drink diet soda. Like, preaching to the choir, preaching to myself. And I had the excuse the second time around was, I know that doesn't bother me, so I'm gonna keep it in. Well, baby, I lost 8 pounds the second time. It's like, I would have rather the 25 pounds, you know, like, you don't think it's gonna affect you, but sometimes it's measured in what didn't happen, not what did happen. One of the things, I've been working on a video for like a month now on like trying out different workouts, and school just got busy. Like, I did not prioritize this well, so now that summer's approaching, I'll be able to get back on that. I really enjoyed sports growing up, but obviously as you get more and more overweight, your body just hurts. And so it's like a cycle. Like, you know you should work out and it would help with the weight loss, but you can't because you're gaining weight and you hurt, you know. And so gaining mobility back and feeling youthful, feeling like energetic again, I think days 60 to 90, you literally feel like a different person. You might not be at your weight yet. Like, I still have 100 pounds left to lose, but I feel like a brand new Allie. Like, we've been moving stuff around our classrooms the last couple days. My coworkers are like, oh my God, I need a massage. And I'm like, I can do this forever. I feel good. I'm not tired. I don't need to go home and take a nap. Like, I feel like I'm 10 again.
Well, and that's the thing. If you get to day 90, if you get through all these 3 initial phases, you're going to have lost weight. You're going to be feeling better. You're going to have a lot more energy. You're going to be able to go all day without naps. There's going to be so many benefits that it truly should be the stage in which you stop calling this a diet. You need to start referring to it as a lifestyle, and you need to be thinking long term. By this time, you should know what foods you can eat. Shopping should be a breeze. Meal prep should be a breeze. It literally is so easy. You just need to start to change your focus and say, you know what, I really can be on this forever.
You really shouldn't be in like the experiment phase anymore. You should know by now how much fat do you need, how much protein do you need, what works and what doesn't. But also do not fall into the temptation during this phase to loosen the reins. Because if you, like, he has 10 pounds left that he wants to kind of get rid of, like the stubborn 10 pounds, whatever. I am not in that boat. I have 100 pounds left to lose, and so I don't need to be making allowances and adding seasonings here, or like, oh, that's a sauce on my steak. That's okay, you know. Like, I don't know what's in there. You really do need to make sure that you're sticking with, you know, what works. Why would you not? And because you can either start to stall severely or start to gain it back. And once you're gaining it back, you're like, why would I be doing all this work just to gain it back? Might as well have cake.
Yeah, that's where the mental part comes in, because you're going to hit stalls for sure. Even in the first 90 days, you're going to hit stalls. And even if your stall is just simply, man, I was losing every day, or I was losing every week, and then this week I didn't lose anything, or maybe I gained a little bit, you know, don't sweat that. As long as you're not cheating, as long as you're still on carnivore, your body's still doing what it needs to do. And, you know, who knows what causes these stalls sometimes. Well,
and there are people who, when they look at this as a lifestyle, if they decide to eat something that's not carnivore, the difference to me between viewing it as a diet and a lifestyle is they have no problem getting back on, because it's not getting back on. It's, this is how I eat. And I'll read comments where, like Carnivore Ray, for instance, like on TikTok, he's big on TikTok, and he'll like talk about how he had regular Thanksgiving. And if I had regular Thanksgiving, this channel would be shut down. You wouldn't hear from me again because I wouldn't be on carnivore anymore. But he's been on it for so long. This is how he eats 99.9% of the time, that him indulging in Thanksgiving isn't him blowing it. Because that was a choice, and he is strong enough to say, okay, well, that was yesterday. Today, I'm back to my normal, you know. I can't do that yet, and as much as I want to, because I told my dad I'm about to take my sister on a secret trip, and I'm like, I'm gonna get a dessert, and he's like, like, no,
Better not.
You better not.
Y'all hold her accountable. Let her know. Don't do it. Don't do it.
I won't do it. I'm actually going to make a video while we're there on what I ate on vacation.
They're going to go to one of their favorite restaurants that they've historically owned to, that you get dessert.
It's like only desserts. It's such a good, this is a place we grew up going. So this goes back to the emotional eating side where you just associate places with memories, and
so you'll be their designated filmer. So you can just film them for all their TikToks and all their Instagrams, and so you'll be
they'll film me with my water. You are human, and it is normal to still be emotional about certain things. It is correcting a lifetime of decisions in a couple of months. If you feel this way, don't use that as a reason to quit. Don't throw yourself a pity party. That's not going to do you any good. Get somebody who's going to be like, you're not eating a cookie. Why would you do that? You need accountability. Accountability is huge. And the people who make it this long, make it 90 plus days, they have accountability in some sort of way. And so if you don't have that, we say this in like every video, we'll keep you accountable. Like, and I don't mean I'm gonna be messaging you every day, but there are people on here, I know their names, I know their journey, because they share with me every week. And I keep tabs on them, I pray for them. Like, you can have an online community doing this with you. You don't have to be doing it by yourself.
We believe you can do it. You're gonna thank yourself if you stick to it. So if you're thinking about starting, I know we painted a bleak picture for the first week, but it's worth it. It's so worth it.
I don't think this is gonna deter you. I think this is gonna give you realistic expectations. And it's gonna strengthen you, because now you know what's coming. And know that really that first 7 days, that's it. That's your battle. And then when you're on the other side of that, it's gonna be like we're doing that. I mean,
we're pulling for you. We believe in you. And be sure to comment and let us know if you're starting, where you are in your journey, how it's going, and any tips you may have, or anything you experienced in that first 90 days that might help people who are coming behind you. If
there's something that you've experienced that we didn't touch on, and please comment like what day you're on and when you saw this, because I know people go and read all the comments. The comments are more of a testimony to this working than the video, because people might think we're trying to like sell something, push something. Go read the 200 comments and you will see for yourself. It speaks for itself.
I love the comments. I always read the comments. I go read your comments
too. Me too. Do you really?
I do.
Okay, well, thank you guys so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video and that it added value to your experience and that you are killing it. And we love you guys, praying for you, and we'll see you next week. Well, I'll see you next week. I don't know where he'll be.
We have some videos coming soon.
Yes, they're still on Carnivore, for all those wondering. People are like, are your parents still alive?
Making a video with Alex is so much easier than making a video with Tanya, because Tanya sometimes we'll finish a video. We've got 2 that we finished, and she'll watch. She's like, I don't really like it. And so we ditch it.
She's a queen. She likes what she likes.
She likes what she likes. Yeah, very much so. We've got some coming soon.
Yes. Okay, thanks guys for watching. We'll see you next week.
Goodbye.